So hello YouTube. Today we'll be taking a look at a MH-60G Pavehawk. This is of course an M60 that's been modified. The Pavehawk is built for transport of troops, rescue missions, naval surveillance, and anti-submarine missions. And this is really mostly the Pavehawk is mostly used for like recovery of downed pilots and stuff like that. Now this came in some light gray plastic. You see, it's a Italeri kit. It came with 3 trees of gray plastic and then a pretty big tree with clear plastic. You start building the troop bay in the back. You have to cut out some holes for the seat things. I find kind of cutting out holes. It's good when they give like a good diagram, but they're not always that good. And then you have like multiple holes for multiple things, and then you're like, okay, which is that one or that one? So here we go, continuing to build the cockpit and the cargo area. That's number 2. And then you have here the rear propeller, which is just gluing this piece on there. Then here we have a lot going on. You put the cockpit and the troop cargo area in the fuselage. Here's the base for the rotor with the motor to go on there, plus the rear rotor with the pin to make it spin. And see, first though, we have to build up this rotor piece here. Installing some windows here on the inside as well. And number 4. And this is one of the problems I have to show you. Here with the landing gear, it doesn't work out so great here. It's not really, the positioning of these pieces is a little weird, and the contact points for the fuselage aren't that great. So it turns out to be kind of wobbly, and it's hard to get it to stick good. Let's hear these pieces here, especially like this one. I mean, it's kind of an important piece. It doesn't, not for stability, but you know, for the look of the aircraft. But there's not really a place under there. It doesn't show a place really to put it. There's not any kind of slot or anything. You just have to kind of go with it. Let's hear the step here. I'll show it better in a minute. And now here you put the top piece on here, and here with the windows on the top and the windscreen and all this clear plastic parts there. And here you have the refueling probe, the underlanding gear, the windows on top, instructions here for the refueling probe. And here you have Well, this is the winch, and the arm for the winch. And here you get the intakes and the motors and everything here, the handles. Same on this side with the motor, the winch. This piece, it's like, I don't know really what it is. Handles, windshield wipers, some painting instructions kind of thrown in there. Cargo door. And here's some pieces on the back for the exhaust. And you have the plate on the back. And the other exhaust piece here, the other door. And here you have the machine guns. I think with it's a minigun, 50 cal. I think it's pretty heavily armed, I mean. And you have the troop bay windows here. You can sit in place, and some of the antennas and such here. Same thing for the other side, the windows and the two guns. These guns were kind of hard to get in place too, because you have to put them on afterwards, and you can't really, it's hard to get them in through the holes. I was having some problems with it. And here you go with the horizontal stabilizers and some more the little fins in the back. Tail wheel, no fin on this side, and this antenna here, and the light here, and you have this BPS pod, and these steps, and here building the main rotor, and then put it on, and you can also have it folded. This comes with the markings for two versions. This is the 55th SOS, Saudi Arabia, 1991. And this is the 210th Rescue Squadron, Alaska, 1990. I went with, this is the one that I built, the camouflage pattern I use, which is dark brown and beige, or desert sand. And here's the finished product. So here's the finished product. I think it turned out pretty good. I like the color choice that I had, even if I'm not really exactly sure it was right with the colors. It's mostly, this is Model Master Desert Sand, and this is Revell brown, leather brown. And this is just a weird brown that I had from testers. It's the closest thing I could find to it. But there wasn't a lot of it, just some spots, so I think it was okay. You have chef here. The problem I had mostly with this was here. These wheels aren't all that stable. You have to really work. You have to really work to get the wheels up in there right and up in here right, and getting them straight is something of a miracle. I think they are pretty straight, but they weren't always. I had to take it off and put it back on, take it off and put it back on until I got it in there. Other than that, it turned out, as far as the fit was okay. It could have used some filling here on the bottom. The top is fine, except on the tail. Everything's pretty good here. I should have probably sanded it a little bit, because you can see a little bit of the ridge here. But here's the part that really didn't fit together good here. Right there on the tail. Even though the other side is fine. You can barely see it. You could have used a little sanding too, but I've had this maybe 5 or 6 years. I built it when I was working at the airport, and I didn't really have time. Right now I don't have a lot of time either, because of Corona and the post, all the packages. Even though the last couple weeks I had some vacation, but last week we were not home, so I didn't get anything done last week. Well, this is the MH60 Pavehawk from Italeri. I don't really think you need any aftermarket for it. It has pretty much everything you need there, even though the interior could probably use, all it has in the interior is this, because it doesn't have the troop seats. That's another option. It has this big tank here. I don't know if it's an extra fuel tank, maybe. And besides that, it has the 4 guns. Here in these doors, the 2 miniguns. Here's the miniguns. And 50 cals. It's a good kit. Italeri does have some good kits. Unfortunately, their aircraft are better than their armor. But not all their aircraft are good either, unfortunately. So thanks for watching this video. Next time we'll be taking a look at this. It's a BM-8-24, which is a T-60 tank with the Katyusha rocket system put on the top of it instead of the turret. This is from Aeroplast. It's another manufacturer that I don't have any experience with, but I'm pretty sure that this is going to be a similar model to the Su-76 that I did from Maquette. Because I know Maquette also had a BM-824, and this is probably the same mold. So thanks for watching, and until next time.